everyone. So here's another unannounced live stream. I know, but hopefully you guys will be able to join me a little bit later. So I am this far with my Ivy and the Inky butterfly spread, and I know I've had this probably far too long. I knew that this spread would take forever because of how intricate and detailed I'm doing it. But at this point, I think that it's about time I finish. So I'm going to keep going. And I'll just talk as always while I'm coloring. So today I just wanted to thank Erin from Simple Art for Adults. She was really sweet and she gave me a really nice comment, and apparently also gave me a shout out on Facebook. So that was really nice of her. And so all of you new subscribers, welcome. I hope that I will be as helpful as Erin is. She is amazing. I was looking through her YouTube channel last night and she has some really nice stuff. So guys, if you haven't seen her stuff, I'm going to link her in the description after this live stream is over. So go ahead and check out the description in like later on today. Or you can just search Simple Art for Adults and it comes right up in YouTube. So wait, I'm gonna actually zoom in here. Oh, it looks like I have people. Okay, so how do I look at the chat? Show live chat. I'm sorry, I'm so new to this stuff. So where is the live chat? I'm on my phone. So maybe that's part of the problem? Well, guys, I'll, don't think that I'm ignoring you or something. I can't see what the chat says, so please chat amongst yourselves. But I can't see what it says, and I'll have to figure out. Maybe I have to be on my laptop? Wait, should I just... Let me see. I'm gonna try and resolve this really quick. So here, I'm gonna zoom out. Let me see if I can figure out how to see the chat on my laptop. Let's bring it up here. Okay, so I have this old laptop, actually, that my mom is letting me use. Okay. So let's see here. I'll put this back on here because you guys. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to get the live chat going. I'm really sorry, guys. I am not prepared. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All of this is a brand new adventure for me. Okay, so, I have YouTube right here. So let me see if I can figure out how to get it to show me my, okay, look, I have it right here. So, look, I can watch myself. That's really weird. Okay, but where's the chat? Oh, okay. Alright, so now I can see what you're saying. I think that's the chat there. Alright, yep. So I can see what you're saying, and I'll just reply in the video to any questions you have. Oh, in the chat. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Just get this. Alright, so back to Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, guys. So what I was saying before is I think I've had this page for too long. It's a WIP, a work in progress. So I'm going to try to finish it over this holiday season and send it to Joanna so that way hopefully before her like digital detox thing or whatever, which is really cute. I'm glad that she does that. I'm sure it must be really hectic for her with all of her fans. Anyway, hopefully I'll get this to her before her detox is over, so she still has a little bit of Ivy and the Inky butterfly hitting her doorstep, so to speak. So that's my goal. We'll see if I can get to it. I also have a color all along that I was supposed to do, but honestly, guys, I'm a little bit exhausted. I'm sure that most of you are aware that I have I just released a coloring book. Let's see, I have a comment here. Love your background. Subscribed after Erin gave you a shout out. Looking forward to. Well, thank you, Tina. So I have Tina here in the live chat, and she just gave me a really nice comment. Yeah, I hope that I can help you out. So Tina, and any other new subscribers, just leave comments for me on what you want to see. All of my current subscribers know this, but I'll just say it again for everybody. I'm going to be doing a tutorial series where I show you guys tips and tricks and long videos and short videos and anyway, anyhow I think that is best to present, the material. I'm going to be showing you guys how I do certain things. People have been requesting things like backgrounds. So if there's any subject matter, even if you've seen it in other comments, what I'm doing is the ones that get requested the most often, I will do in more depth or do first or just give more priority to. So yeah, go ahead and ask me what you want to see. If there's anything that you're struggling with, just let me know and I will do my best. If there's a certain book, I do have some Joanna Basford books. So I have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I have Lost Ocean, which was my first one. I have Enchanted Forest. So those are my Joanna Basford books. And then I have a bunch of other books. Maybe I'll go through my book collection and what I have so far. Maybe I'll make that a video later today or something. Just really quick to show you guys what I have so that way you know what to request from. But I could even draw my own pages and show you guys. So if there's a subject matter that we don't have a specific book for that you just want to see, like somebody said that they wanted to see a white on white drawing. So I'm just going to draw that freehand for you guys. So we're not really limited by any book. So just let me know what you guys are thinking about, what you struggle with, what you're like when you go to a page, like what makes you nervous, like because really I'm here for you. Like I have all this art background, so I want to share it and help you guys out if I can. I'm not an expert on everything, but I do know how to draw, and I think that that helps a lot in figuring out how to approach certain subject matters with coloring pages. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, I also have started a frequently asked questions section. So if there are questions that you have and they fit more into that category, then you'll see those videos go in there in that playlist. So yeah, those are like my new YouTube updates. I'm really enjoying doing this channel. Hey, Caitlin! Alright, you finally caught me! Caitlin's been trying to catch my live streams since I started them earlier this week, rather. So I'm so glad that you found it. It's totally unannounced, and I'm sorry. She's doing an LOL, so that's great. I'm so happy to see you this morning. I thought that maybe a Sunday would be good for everybody because a lot of people have off, and it's kind of a quiet morning for me. Usually, kind of a you know, nobody else is awake but me kind of a thing. Like my kitty is sleeping. Usually my boyfriend is sleeping. So, okay. So I'm making like a purple sweet pea. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. So I have already started this page. I guess it was a couple of days ago on live stream. So I'm just kind of continuing on. I'm going to make this kind of a deep purpley pink kind of color. Maybe add in some of that magenta color that I love so well. Alright, so I hope you guys are coloring too. Oh, I'm so happy to make you happy, Caitlin. Alright, so I know that we don't have a lot of, I think we have 3 people, but hey, you know what? This is the most I've ever had on my live stream ever. So I'm so excited to have you guys here. So I can read the chat really well. So, tell me guys like what you're working on. And if you have, I don't know if you can link in the chat. This is all, like I said, pretty new to me, but you could also link in the comments down below and just show me or tell me what you're working on, and let's share some coloring together. And I'm thinking, I can't believe this, but I'm almost on my 6-month anniversary for coloring, which is just crazy to me. I started in July, and so it'll be my 6 months in January. And I'm thinking about making like a video, like a sort of like a montage of all of the coloring I've done in 6 months, because you guys on YouTube really haven't seen it as much. I've been posting all of my coloring on Instagram. That's like where I got started on social media. In July that's like where I started first posting my coloring stuff. And then people were like, you should do YouTube and all that. Oh, okay. So what page in Romantic Country, Caitlin? So Caitlin's working in Romantic Country, and Tina is working on the gingerbread page in the Color It Christmas coloring book. Awesome. Yeah, I did a little like snow fairy. I haven't done like a true Christmas page yet. But I was a bit nervous to work on one because they're so detailed, some of them. And I felt like I would get caught up in that forever. Like this page is not, I mean, it's pretty detailed, but I just make it even more detailed with all the background stuff I do. So I need to scale it back sometimes. Okay. Alright, so, let's see. I hope that you guys can see this. Let me see. Is it better if I zoom in? Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, me too. Okay, well, I feel a little bit more normal now. Because this page, this 2-page spread has taken me weeks and I'm not even done yet. And I feel like it's dragging on forever, but I don't want to like hurry up and do a messy job either. I really like how colored pencil makes you kind of slow down and take your time. Yeah, they are. Okay, good. So you like it zoomed in better. This is really good feedback. Alright, so, yeah, pencils are a really slow medium, so I think hopefully Joanna understands and isn't impatient for my pages. I have been doing other pages on Instagram too, and she's been liking them, and I feel so guilty because I'm like, oh, Joanna, I haven't forgotten about your Ivy Inky spread. It's just that, you know how, like, does this happen to you guys? Do you ever get like inspiration hits you and you just have to go with it, and even though you're trying to work on something else and you're trying to kind of force a different page, like it comes out and you just have to work on something else? Oh, the 2-page gnome picture in Mythomorphia. So Tina says that she never thought she would finish that page. Yeah, that looks like a very detailed page too. Hello, Pauline. So welcome, everybody. Alright, so I think I'm going to do the back of this guy, like a little bit like more magenta color. Yeah, so that's sort of what happened to me, but I have a lot of drive now to finish this page, because seeing it almost finished always helps. So I'm going to start out first with the layer. So this was just one layer of the violet color, and now I'm just layering one layer of the magenta color on the back sides of the petals. And what I'll do is I'll add more detail and layers to this as I go. Now that I added some violet too because it's on the dark side, like, so the light is coming from here, but this is going to be in shadow. So I'm going to add some of this, but because it already has some violet, you don't want to hit it too hard. Just a little bit. But that violet does, I mean, it's sort of like a reflective thing that's happening there. I'm also going to add some just in the deep parts of this inner part of the flower to give it like a blush, kind of. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin's being so sweet. So, you guys, you are all so nice. Like, honestly, your comments, I'm getting a little bit misty. Your comments are what keep me doing this YouTube channel. So thank you so much for saying that. I really do like doing these videos too. I mean, they are a lot of fun. And especially now that I figured out how to live stream with you guys, this is something that I want to do more often because I like the interactivity of being able to chat with you and answer your questions directly right away. So yeah, and we can make this a habit on Sundays if that's a good day for everybody. But yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That's very sweet. So, yeah, what I'm gonna do is, after I'm done this session with the ivy flowers, I'm going to probably do some of the leaves on camera, but then probably do a bunch of it off camera just to speed up this whole process, because I know I'm taking forever. And a lot of the problem is that because I only do it on camera and I don't work on it when I'm not recording, I don't work on it that often. So if I can work on some of this off camera, I can get a lot more done much more quickly. So I'm thinking about doing that, if that's okay with you guys. And then also, after I'm done this particular series, I want to also pick another page. So I'm taking votes for pages that you guys want me to cover in a similar manner. So it'll be like long format, you know, real time, chit chatty, kind of same as this series, but just with a different page. So I think I'll just keep one in my you know, in my channel going all the time. Okay, this is a good time for, it seems like this is a good time for Caitlin. And Caitlin, you were the one that was the most vocal about wanting to catch my live stream. So, yeah, we'll make Sundays, either Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings. And I'll try and announce it, or at least post comments. I'll have to figure out a way to announce. I started a Facebook page, so maybe I'll try and announce it there. I'm still really new to Facebook, so if I miss something, or it's not because I don't like you, it's because I probably don't know how it works. I haven't really been using Facebook all that much, and so, yeah, it's kind of a mystery to me still. I like the simplicity of Instagram. But yeah, I'm making an effort though. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm there as well. So what I'm doing is now I'm adding magenta to the areas where I have violet, but in the darkest spots first, because I'm thinking about adding more of a bluey tone to the areas where there is more light. And this is because if you see, I have oh, the name of my page, you can search, I believe it's The Coloring World of Laura Rafferty, or you can search lauracolorstoo. Both of those should pop up. If you have trouble, then I'll also post a link in the description after the comment is, after the live stream is done. Sorry guys, I'm answering questions to people in the chat. So if you're watching this video after the fact, that's what I'm doing. So what was I saying? I don't remember. Anyway, so since the back of the petals have this what's going to be pink, I'm going to hit it with white pencil and you'll see it'll be like magic. It'll turn pink. But since I'm using that color, I'm also putting the same color in the petal behind it. You see in the shadows here? And that just sort of ties the two colors together. Makes it feel more, you see how it just warmed it up? It's still purple for sure, but just by giving it a little bit of pink, just kind of, you know, tie the two spots together. And they call that reflective color sometimes. So I'm just doing the same treatment. I'm imagining that the back of this petal is in front of that petal, right? So if that's the case, then this would have some pink. So when you have trouble and you're not sure where to put color, just try and imagine, like in the real world, how would this exist? Oh, it was so good. Okay, thank you so much, Tina, for joining us today. And yeah, don't worry, I'll keep all the videos. So luckily, the videos stay good for, for a long time. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Tina. So Tina has to take off, but I'm so glad that she was able to join us today. That's great. So yeah. All right, so now that this flower is starting to develop, and it's in the dark part of the picture, down towards the bottom here, and there's like some really dark spots in the background. So I'm really comfortable with leaving it this color for now, but I'll probably actually darken it up even more. Because there's not a whole lot else colored around it, it's kind of hard to judge exactly how hard to go with the color. So when I have that situation where you can see that like all of this isn't colored yet, right? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so I can kind of demonstrate better. Up here with these flowers, there was more colored around it, so I had more of a context to put it in. Oh, hello, so Erin from Simple Art for Adults is here. So I was just talking about you. I don't know if your ears were burning, but thank you so much for your sweet comments. And I think I have one or two to reply to you on, so I haven't forgotten. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, it's so good to meet you. I've been watching your YouTube channel, Erin. So that's so cool that you made it over here. Are you doing a live stream later? I could totally come and watch yours. Oh, that's great. Oh, it's tonight. Okay, well, I might not be able to make it, but I'll try. It's a bit tough because it's Christmas Eve. And by the way, Merry Christmas, everybody that celebrates Christmas. So exciting. I love the holidays. I love seeing all of my family. Um, the chat's going kind of quickly for me. I don't know what's happening, but Merry Christmas. I see that, Caitlin. All right. Yep, so what I was saying is because this area here has a lot of the background filled in, I can understand what values that I need to make for the foreground. But this here, because there's a lot of unfinished areas with this foreground leafy bits, I'm not sure how dark to make this, and I don't want to go overboard. Because it can, even though it's a nice bright color, it still can look muddy if it's too dark. So I'm going to leave that pretty much where it's at right now. And I'm sure that I'll add more colors to it later. But it's a good trick that if you're not sure exactly how far to go, to kind of do it where you think it needs to be, and then you can always darken it up later. But if you go too heavy right away, it's kind of hard to lighten it back up again with pencil. There are tricks around it, so if that is a problem and you really go too crazy with it, there are some tricks to do, and I'll make a video about that later. I'm sure that'll be popular for people because nobody's perfect, right? All right, so I think I've done quite a bit of these flowers now, so I'm going to swap over to the leaves, and I'm going to make most of these leaves a bright green, but I'm not going to show all of them to you, mostly because I'm pretty sure that there's a bazillion leaf coloring videos out there, and I'm not even the best at coloring leaves. So I'm going to leave that to the professionals, but I will show you how I do them, and then I'll probably just color the rest over the holiday. And let's see. Thank you so much. Oh, everybody's so sweet. I'm sorry. I must have missed something up above with the chat. But it's so good to see you guys. Oh, I love this live streaming idea. And what's great is my camera or my phone, I use my cell phone for recording, and sometimes it glitches out, but it seems like it doesn't do that with the live stream, so that's really nice. Something I don't really have to worry about. So I don't know if the quality is any less. I try to record at a pretty high quality on my camera. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just laying down a base layer of the lightest color. So this is like my highlight color. And now because I don't want it to be too single noted, because you see I don't want it to blend into the background too much. Oh good, I'm glad the quality is good. Since I don't want it to blend into the background too much, what I'm going to do is actually grab, so this is the yellow. This is one of my really old pencils. And I'm going to make this leaf pop in front of this leaf by simply adding some yellow. And I'm going to start at the top because I want that to be like the lightest area. So I'm going to try and do a really light hand there. Excuse me. Okay, so then already this is starting to come forward in front of the other leaves. And that's just because warm colors come forward in space and cool colors recede in space, and that's just a color theory lesson. So I'm just using my color theory knowledge to my advantage here. So I used grass green for the base layer and now yellow for just around the outside right now. And just using a very light, gentle touch. It doesn't need a whole lot of yellow to really warm it up. But already it brings it forward in space. And now what I'll do to accentuate the darker areas, I'm going to use dark green. Here's that pencil there. I'm going to use that. This is kind of like, reads like a fold to me. And everybody interprets their pages differently. But in general, at least in my mind, Joanna's are pretty clear with how she draws her stuff. So I'm going to put a drop shadow there. Feels like a fold. So what I did is, again, the light is coming from this direction. And since I feel like that's a fold of the leaf over this other part of the leaf, I'm putting a drop shadow behind, or below rather, this folded part of the leaf. And that's just to give it some dimension. Yeah, Caitlin, it does get really complicated. I have a lot of background in color theory because I am a painter, and so I've learned a lot from color mixing. So if that's a series that you're interested in, I can definitely make a color theory video series, because I think it's going to take more than one video to cover that subject. But I can definitely, at least try to approach tackling it. I'm not going to claim to know everything about it, but that is a subject matter which I am pretty comfortable with, so I would be really happy to help you guys out, at least what I can. What we're talking about, okay, cool, I'll put that on my list. Guys, what we're talking about in the chat is color theory and how complicated it can get. And I totally agree. It starts out pretty basic, okay, red and blue make purple. Yeah, I get it. But then all of a sudden it blows up into a crazy, complicated mess. Pretty fast, actually. It goes from being pretty simple to pretty complicated. So I can cover the simple stuff in one video, and then probably all the other stuff in another series. And we can just work on that for a while too together, because you know what, it's always useful, a great refresher for me to go over color theory again. It's funny, I learn a lot from doing these videos just by remembering what I had learned so long ago. Because sometimes when you do things over and over again, you don't realize, what you do by routine. And sometimes being more thoughtful and meditative about it, and more mindful about how you approach things, you can have a much nicer result, I think. Alright, so that little leaf is starting to come to life, but I want to make him stand out even more. So I'm going to grab that yellow again. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining, Erin, and thank you very much for linking my video. I'm gonna link your video channel down below in the description when I'm done. So everybody that's watching, check her out. Erin is an amazing lady and very, very sweet. So thanks for joining us today. All right, and Merry Christmas. Okay, so I'm gonna add some, oh yeah, I know this is one of my old pencils. So I'm going to add more of this yellow to the inside. Now that I have some shading in there, layering this yellow over it kind of burnishes that color a little bit into it. I'm not pressing too hard, but it still kind of blends it together and smooths it out. Makes it really look like a shiny, smooth leaf, which I like. I like that look. Okay. And then for the shadows, underneath that curl here, I'm going to cool it off a little bit. So I'm going to use a green that has a lot of blue in it. This is the peacock green. And this just darkens it up a little bit more. More contrast is good with shadow. Not always, but in this situation with bright sunlight, contrast is very good. And then it also kind of softens and cools it off. All right, so I've got a little harsh edge here. Let me just fix that. Now I'm looking at this and it has these lines, so I think I'm going to use those as a guide to also use this peacock green just to put a soft stroke of my own. I'm just softening that line. I don't want to bring too much attention to it or darken it too much, but just by giving this little softer edge, it looks less cartoony and more line arty. And while I'm over in this area, I'm also going to very quickly do the stem that it lives on. Also with this peacock green. Now this is going to start blending in a little bit with the background. And so to bring it forward, I'm going to use that same yellow color. Thank you. So, and also just use this yellow color to kind of soften up any areas which may not be perfect on this spot. Okay. So you can see how I'm going to approach the leaves. But I have so many leaves. I have so many leaves. Look at how many leaves I have. It's crazy. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do is actually skip on over to these little mushrooms here. And we're 39 minutes in, so I think I'm going to do a couple of these little mushrooms and then call it a day with the leaves. And then come back when I'm done the leaves and oh, okay, wait, that's way too zoomed in. There we go. Is that good? All right, so I'll do the leaves off camera on my own. It's like homework. And then so what's cool is these mushrooms, let me zoom out a little bit just to show you sort of what the context of the page. So these mushrooms have the light coming in this direction, right? So I have to be really careful about how I treat these because they're gonna basically be glowing in the sunlight, right? So what I'm gonna do is I have to decide what color they're gonna be. I think, oh, that's too much. I think what I'd like to do is make the mushrooms some earthy colors mixed in, maybe with some pinks and greens. So, yeah, I don't think they need to really be a very dramatic color. So what I'll start off with, this little mushroom here is, and this little mushroom here are like both in like the really bright beam of sunlight. So I'm gonna leave those guys till later. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want it to attract too much. There's a lot of other colors going on, so I don't want it to attract too much from the other colors on the page. And these little mushroom little houses are so cute anyway that I think they'll draw attention. So I don't think they need a big boost of attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the ones that aren't in the sunlight just so that I can get comfortable. Have not really approached these little mushroom huts before. So I'm just giving a base color. So the little stem area, I'm putting this burnt ochre color. Hello, cutie. Okay, we have a kitty in the mix now, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see if I can grab her before she does any harm. Alright, so I got a kitty, so I'm drawing one armed now. um, but we can get this done. But you know what? There is no right or wrong color, right? I mean, with coloring, we can do whatever we want. So I'm going to start at the bottom, just sort of work my way up. So I don't know what this goopy bit is. Abby is being super cute. Okay. So we have, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see better. There we go. So I don't know what this goopy stuff is, but I kind of like it. It's like they got like a paint job. I don't know. Oh, well, you know, sometimes I'm the same way, Caitlin. Caitlin's saying that sometimes she has a hard time picking colors. And I agree, sometimes it can be very difficult. But this page has been going on for weeks and weeks, so I've had some time to really think about what I want to do for it. When you have all that time into it, then hopefully, at least for me, I come to a decision at some point. And I decided on these earthy tones because I see everybody using really bright colors, and I just thought I wanted the focus to be on the sweet peas and these to almost be like a hidden treasure. So, okay, so I have that going on. Now I'm going to add a little bit for the top, like, I don't know what it is, but it looks to me like paint. So for the top bit, I'm using this PC 930 magenta. Pauline is saying that her two cats try and steal her pencils. So that's awesome. Yeah, my kitty cat, she doesn't like to steal my pencils, but she does like, she's very curious whenever I'm talking and there's nobody here. She is always wondering what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so I think that this little mushroom is going to have a pink paint job. Oh, I forgot to burnish. I'm sorry. Here, wait, we're gonna swap back to this flower really fast. My bad. Oh, Abby is back. See, look, we got a kitty. Hey, cutie. Okay, well, she is right in this spot here, cutie. Okay, well, yeah, she's a cutie for sure. Hi, sweetheart. All right, so let me see if I can grab her again. Abby. And then I'll burnish that flower. Come here, sweetheart. Oh, no. She's staying put. Okay. You gonna sit? Oh, I caught it. All right, guys. Sorry about this. This is a kitty invasion. All right. Let's see if we can work with her here anyway. Oh, look at this pencil. It needs to be sharpened. I got a little bit. Let's see if I have another white. I don't have a spare. Oh wait, do I have a spare? No, nope. No spare. Okay, well, let's see what I can do. I'm gonna show you what color this happens to end up. I'm gonna very gently burnish this with my very blunt white. This color ends up being amazing. Turns from like a dark red to like a pink. Oh, so pretty. So that's the magenta with the white over it. So pretty. Grandkids. I have no experience with that, but I'm sure they're demanding. Okay. So I just wanted to show you what color that happens to turn out. So pretty with the burnishing at the end. So that's that flower there. So you'll see how that turns out. So I'm going to do a similar treatment on this guy here. It's going to be a lighter color. So I don't want to actually use the white. What I'm going to burnish with is this really pretty Deco Peach color. Deco Peach. You see that? It's PC 1013. So I'm going to burnish with this color because it'll just add to the peachy pinkiness of it. So I'm just like with gentle circular motions just burnishing in that pink color, the magenta color that I just threw down. And then I'm also, to tie the two together, let's just grab that real quick. Then to tie the two together, I'm also burnishing this burnt ochre color with the peach beige, just to also give it a similar like pinky feel. All right, I'm glad you like it. And then what I'm gonna do to give it some dimensionality is I'm gonna go back over it, but I'm gonna use this Tuscan red to give some drop shadows to this. I don't know what it is. It's like gloopy guppy. I don't know what it is. I'm also, while I'm at it, gonna give a drop shadow to the little window. A sizzle lollipop? I don't know. I haven't. So Pauline says my colors are like a sizzle lollipop, but I don't know what that is. But it sounds delicious, and I might want one. Okay. So now I'm using this Tuscan Red to also just give a little bit of details to the bottom. Kind of giving it like a texture. And then I'll also use this same red. And this red is just what's making the colors pop. For the shadow there. And then also the shadow right under this little frilly bit. And some of this little texture here, we can just put some lines in. And it just gives it a little bit of texture. Just seeing where I've missed something. Okay, so now I've gone over the lines and I've also not decided. I think I'm going to do this little circle in the same color. So this is the burnt ochre. This is the PC 943 burnt ochre. So it's a very blunt pencil, so I have to be really careful. And just leaving some of it pretty light. Yeah, I like that. And then what I'll do is just to give it... Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I just have a lot of practice. To give it a little bit more kind of like shininess at the top, I'm using this light peach color, this PC 927, on the very top part. And I'm actually going to go over the line and try to see if I can blend into that blue sky color a little bit and bring it in a little. And then also just going over the line and softening it over here. I'll probably throw a gel pen over that later, like white gel pen. But just to kind of get that muted color happening. Okay, and then as a final bit to really bring it home, I'm going to add this Carmine Red PC 926 just to the areas where there would be more rich shadow, and I'm just working in very light, and this is almost a burnished page, but it has a little tooth left, just enough for me to kind of gently work this in, just to give it a little bit of a punch of color. But you don't want to go overboard with this, or it'll take it out of like the earthy realm and put it into like the really red. And then I don't like to just add something in one spot, so I'm also going to add this little punch of red just in some of the shadows, just to tie it all together. You can always add colors in the shadows, and that is a really good way to unify color. Okay. So now, after I zoom out here, you'll see it's a really like subtle little brown mushroom. So he's really gonna pop once I add the gel pen to it, but I'm probably not gonna add that right now because of the Oh, thank you. So Caitlin loves it, so that's good. So I'm not going to add the gel pen until the end because I have to resolve some of this background back here. But I do want to add a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to use this, it's the PC 946 dark brown. And I'm just going to come in just under that window. I want the window to feel like it's popping off of there. So the way that you do that is with the shadows. And then I don't know, I haven't decided what color is going to emanate from the window. But I think this one will actually be dark. Okay. And then also using the same treatment of that dark brown just under, right there. Just giving it a little extra oomph for the shadow. Now it really does feel much more dimensional. So the trick with making things look 3D is really in the contrast. Yeah, I think I'm going to make that little window dark and then this window light and maybe that window light. I don't want them all to be bright. Okay, so what I'll do for this little window is I'm going to use indigo blue and I'm just going to fill it in really gently, but in order to make it feel like a window, I'm going to do a little trick I like to do. So the light is coming from this direction, right? It's coming from that way. So I'm going to color in that direction and try not to color too like too softly, if that makes sense. Try to show my line work. And now I'm giving a shadow, a drop shadow of the window onto the glass, like so. And this just creates a really quick illusion of glass and reflective, like the lights are out, but it's a sunny day kind of a thing. So here, I'll show you. So what I'll do to the end is I'll probably use some gel pen. Actually, I can do that bit. Let's do that bit. So I have here a Uniball white gel pen. So let's zoom back in. And I prime my gel pen, I'll show you. I just have like this scrap paper. So I prime it, clean it off, make sure that it really is ready to go. Okay. And this is small little detail work. But just getting rid of the lines at the very top. Like that. Just gives it a little extra dimensionality. So then I'll also do, well, I can do this. Here, I'll show you. And I can always fix it later if I need to. So then the top bit of this here. I have a kitty cat in the midst again. Okay, kitty. You are very, very cute. Hold on. Gotcha. Alright, I got her in my lap. Sorry about that, guys. Kitty cat. Okay, and then I'll also use the gel pen here. Just a little bit. Well, I need to prime it again. There we go. So sometimes when the area is really small, these dots to kind of help control. Okay, and then one more little dot should do it. Alright, so that little mushroom hut, little housey is done. So I'll probably add some more detail to that as I go, but that's sort of like the basic idea for what I'm gonna do. Well, thanks for joining us, Pauline, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because we're just coming up on just over an hour. And so I will save the other little mushroom huts for later, but I'll do the leaves and stuff as homework. So the next time that you see me, all the leaves will be filled in and we can just do the fun stuff together. So thank you guys for joining my live stream. This was so much fun to chat with you guys. And I'm glad we found a time that worked for everybody. So I'll see you guys next time. And thanks again for watching. Bye.